How many times in your life have you wondered what a soccer ball is actually called? Probably not that very many times, but that's okay because today we're going to learn what it is called, and we're also going to learn a little bit about what it means, and some other cool facts. So right now we have a soccer ball. Very innocent, very plain, right? Well, I'm going to pull this away because I'm not very much of a sports person, and I'm going to tell you what it's really called. It's called a truncated icosahedron. Yeah, so what even is that? Well, it's an example of a polyhedron, and a polyhedron is just a 3D solid. It has flat polygonal faces. I drew a smiley face right there to indicate a face. And it also has straight edges, like right here. And it has corners or vertices, like where I drew this blue circle. And that's pretty much it. So some more on that. I'm not folding this one because I like it. There's this awesome guy named Magnus Weninger, and he taught model making in his mathematics curriculum during the 1950s. He published a book in 1971 called Polyhedron Models. He included photographs of the models he created for every one of the 75 uniform polyhedra, which is a lot, and look at all these crazy paper shapes here. It's awesome. He's very cool. You should look him up sometime. Alright, so the icosahedron is one shape from his book. It's a polyhedron with 20 faces. The one that I'm showing you today has faces made out of triangles. Now what's super fun about polyhedra is that you never really run out. Well, you might, but it'll be a while before you do. And that's because there's this terrible thing called stellation, which basically makes the different faces into little polyhedra on top of the polyhedron, like inverted Russian nesting dolls, or a better analogy. In the icosahedron's case, I should label this. I'm gonna label it. I'm gonna do it in blue. Icosahedron. So just taking a look at this, we have the triangular faces on the left over here, and then on the right it just made everything super complicated because it took these triangles and basically stellated them. So it took all the different edges right here and raised them up and made them their own triangles and made them come to a point right there. And they did that on every single one of the 20 faces. And so now you have polyhedra on top of a polyhedron. It's a little bit crazy. And so that right there is called stellation. So what you see right here is a tetrahedron, or more commonly known as a triangular pyramid. So similar to what Weninger did, origami is actually a great way to make these cool shapes. And thanks to stellation, you can make lots of different designs. So I have an example right here. This is a stellated icosahedron. And not only is this super cool to look at, but you can also kind of see stellation in action. So if you wanted to know how many faces are on here, spoiler, there's 20, you could actually count the points. So if you just went around and you counted all the different points, you would count 20. And that's because of stellation, because on every one of these triangles, it made a pyramid. So that's an origami icosahedron. And you can also make, I'm gonna put that in view. That's better. You can make a lot more simple icosahedrons. You have a really wide variety, and I'm not gonna show you today how I made this one specifically, but I will show you how I make the components of them. So that is what it looks like right there. It's like this little weird, like it's kind of like a ninja star, but it's not dangerous. I don't know. Yeah, so basically with most of the polyhedra, they're going to be made out of those little tiny things. And so I'll show you how to make those. And then if you find really any tutorial online, you can make pretty much any of the polyhedra that you want. So really all you need is a sticky note of any color. I have blue. Blue is pretty. And you're gonna fold it in half, like so. I'm gonna move this out of the way because it's distracting. So you have that. Then you're going to unfold the sticky note like that. And then you're going to take each of the sides and fold them to the midline. And do that on the other side. So the sticky side is going to stay down, and then the non-sticky side will flip up because that's how things work. And so you're going to take the sticky side as it's sticking to the sticky note, probably a tongue twister, I don't know. And you're going to take the top left corner and fold it into this right hand line like that. So it's like kind of a paper airplane, but it's like if your paper airplane wasn't going very well. And then you're going to unfold everything. So then it looks like that mess. And then facing you, you're going to have the non-sticky side. Away from you is the sticky side. You're going to fold the non-sticky side up and then fold in this corner over here, if I can get it. There we go. Fold it up to the far left line, or now it's just the top line. So you make that triangle. Then you're going to fold the top over it, like so. Flip it around, and then fold this triangle in. So just kind of tuck it under that piece of paper there. So then it looks like that, and you're almost done. You're just going to fold these corners back so it looks like that, and then you're going to flip it over and orient it like so, and then you're going to kind of make a square and then fold it along the diagonal. And then once you kind of sprint it open, you have your component there. And so basically, you can just kind of take a bunch of these and like sort of like fold them into the pockets like there, like that right there. So then it looks like that, and then you can take a bunch of different colors and start making patterns. And before you know it, you will have your own beautiful polyhedra. And this actually took me a very long time, so I recommend starting out with something a little less complicated. But yeah, so that's all I have for today, and thank you for watching.